Okay, so I want to take you quickly through a business asset and what's the difference between a website and a business asset. Now, what I've done to show you this is I've opened up a number of business assets which look like websites, but they're not websites. The first one that I want to bring you through is Vistaprint. Now, why is this a business asset rather than a website? Well, very, very simply, Vistaprint get a lot of their business from AdWords. They do a lot of AdWords advertising. Now, AdWords is a great way to lose a lot of money if you don't do it right. Now, the right way to do it, which is the way Vistaprint do it and why they're making so much money within Ireland, is to get an initial person through AdWords, which is going to cost you money. You may even lose money on getting the initial person through AdWords. But once you get them in, you need to get them on your customer list that you can remarket to them. Now, it can be any kind of email list or autoresponder list, but you've got to get that person in, get them on your list and remarket to them, because the second time they buy, they don't cost you anything, and the third time they buy, and the fifth, and all that's what's called the back end of your business. It's going to cost you money on the front end to get the person in, but once they're in there, they don't cost you any more money. You can remarket to them. Now, obviously, they do cost you some money because you need to send emails to them. You need to create emails. You need to get that email sent out. But the cost in that is minuscule compared to what you're going to pay getting that client for the very, very first time. So the difference between an online business asset and a website is where someone can come in, they can take a look at your business, take a look at your products, and they can buy from it or contact you if you have a large phone number at the top right, which we suggest, or a form on the right hand side to collect your details, which we suggest. They can contact you and do business with you. That's great. But the difference between an online business asset is your online business asset is collecting the details of the person who's coming in so that they can be remarketed to again and again, even if they don't buy the first time. Because some people just won't buy the first time. They will never buy the first time because they're nervous, they don't know anything about you, they are worried that they're going to, just get a bad service or whatever that happens to be. Some people will just never buy the first time. But your online business asset will ensure that they will buy, and eventually, because you will keep remarketing them until they buy. And some people won't. Some people will never buy, and that's absolutely fine. It's a numbers game, so you need to get enough numbers into your marketing list to ensure that people do buy over time. Now, some people have done, in the research that I have done, some people have done some numbers on this, and they say in some industries you can say that you can make about €10 per month per person on your list. So, but that's highly, that changes depending on a huge amount of factors. For instance, you may be selling a €10,000 product, or you may be selling a €10 product. So, and you may have a list of very highly responsive people who buy every time you send them an email, or you may have a list of people who take a long time to make a purchase decision. It just really depends. So there's no real, lots of people do kind of math in this, but there's no real math that can be done in this at all. The important thing is to build your website as an online business asset. What that means is that in the background of your website, you're going to have business systems in there that when people fill in their details, and you'll give them you should give them a good reason to fill in their details. What Vistaprint are in front of us. What they do is give an amazing price initially, in order to get people into the database, and then they remarket to them and hope they buy other things at higher prices. Because once people have used it and they know Vistaprint, and they expect, it's like the Ryanair thing, they expect them to be cheap, they're not even checking the prices then. So they make the money on the back end where people buy more and buy more and buy more. Now, the other websites I want to bring you through, which are also business assets, one is Groupon. Now, Groupon nearly went out of business when they started up, just because they didn't have enough people in their database. Now, what Groupon go to other companies and they get them to sign up with them, and they market to their database, and from doing that, they pretty much get 50% of everything that's made through that particular campaign, because they have a huge database of people that they can market to. If they didn't have a database, nobody would ever do any deals with them. But they get amazing deals, and they keep 50% of all deals they make only because of their database that they can remarket to over and over again, and people want access to that database. That database is worth money. The truth is that when you're trying to sell your business, there's only two things that someone who's buying your business is interested in. Number one is how automated the business is. So do they have to go in and do a lot of work in the business, or is it mostly automated? That's number one. And number two is, do you have a database of people that they can market to? That's all they care about, really. So let's take a look at some more. Living Social. Living Social, again, very, very similar to Groupon, but it only works because they have a huge database of people that they can send email and market to. And the other one, the last one I just want to show you, is Domino's Pizza. Now, when you go into Domino's Pizza, what they want to get initially is your building and street, because that is the most obvious thing for them, because they can send then flyers out to you. Later on, they'll also get your email address, and you'll notice if you give Domino's your email address, they're not going to forget who you are. They know everything about you. They know exactly what you eat, what you order, where you live, what your phone number is. If you phone me, they know who you are straight away. That's what a build business system is. They know who you are, and they know what they know what you buy. So, and they're going to keep marketing to you to get you to buy more and more. So I just wanted to bring you through the difference between a website and an online business system. It's not obvious from just looking at a website what it is, but there's aspects in there that get people to give you their details, and you can remarket to them later on, which even if you're spending money or even losing money marketing to people initially, the money can always be made back on the back end, and really that's where a lot of companies make a lot of their profits. This has been Alan here from Irish Web Solutions and Killer Website Strategy.